So, you're planning your dream home theater. Awesome. But you've probably hit the first giant fork in the road. Do you go with the TV or do you go with a projector? It feels like a huge choice because, well, it is. But hey, don't sweat it. We are going to break down absolutely everything you need to know to make the perfect call for your space.
All right, let's just dive right in. This really is the ultimate showdown for your living room, isn't it? Are you on Team TV, chasing that super bright, punchy, vibrant image? Or are you on Team Projector, dreaming of that massive, truly cinematic experience? It's the first choice you have to make, and it sets the stage for everything else.
Okay, now this is the most important thing to understand, the fundamental difference between these two. A TV emits light. The screen itself is the light source, making the picture directly. A projector, on the other hand, reflects light. Think of it like a really smart flashlight that beams an image onto a screen, and what you see is the light bouncing off that surface. This one difference is the key to, well, everything we're about to talk about.
So, let's get to the main event, the thing everybody cares about most, picture quality. This is where you're going to see the unique strengths and weaknesses of each technology really shine. First up, brightness. And this is a big one. A modern TV is an absolute powerhouse of light. It can sit in a sun-drenched room and still look fantastic. You can watch it any time, day or night. A projector, though, is in a constant battle with any other light in the room. To get that rich, colorful picture, you need darkness. You have to control the light. So if you can't make your room dark, the TV has a massive, immediate advantage.
Now let's talk contrast. That's the difference between the absolute darkest part of the image and the absolute brightest. And here, OLED TVs are the undisputed kings. Why? Because each tiny pixel makes its own light, which means it can turn completely off. I mean, all the way off. That gives you perfect, inky black. A projector has gotten so much better, but it's always projecting some light, so it can't physically achieve that true deep space black. In a pitch black room, though, they can get surprisingly close.
And this, right here, is the magic of OLED TV tech. When you hear infinite contrast ratio, that's not just some marketing buzzword, it's literally what's happening. When a pixel turns off next to one that's on, the contrast is technically infinite. That's what gives OLEDs that incredible depth, that pop that makes the image look so three-dimensional, especially in dark scenes.
So what about HDR, high dynamic range? This is where that TV brightness advantage comes roaring back. Now, both technologies can understand the HDR signal, no problem. But a good TV can actually display those searingly bright highlights, you know, the glint of sunlight off a sword or a massive explosion. A projector has to tone map that. It basically squishes that huge range of brightness down to fit its own, lower capabilities. The picture still looks great, way better than standard, but you're not getting that full jaw-dropping HDR impact.
And just to put a number on it so you can see the difference, a high-end TV can blast out over 2,000 nits of peak brightness. A really bright home theater projector, you might get 150, maybe 200 nits off the screen. It's a massive difference. It's a completely different league. And that's why TVs deliver that truly stunning, lifelike HDR punch.
Okay, picture quality is obviously huge, but that's not the whole story, right? We live in the real world, so what about the practical stuff? The size, the setup, and of course, the cost. Let's get into it. And here it is. This is the projector's ace in the hole. It's trump card. Just look at the insane difference in viewing area. An 85-inch TV feels enormous, right? But a 120-inch projector screen has literally twice the surface area. That is an immersive scale that TVs just can't touch, at least not without spending a fortune. If you want to feel like you're actually in the movie, this is how you do it.
But that massive size comes with a bit more homework. A TV is basically plug and play. You take it out of the box, put it on a stand, plug it in. A projector is more of a project. You've got to figure out throw distances, you've got to mount it, install a screen, run cables through walls or ceilings. And like we said, you have to think about controlling that room lighting. It's totally doable, but it takes planning.
And that brings us to the all-important question, cost. You might think, giant screen, giant price. And you'd be right, if you're talking about a TV. As you can see, once you want to go bigger than 85 inches, TV prices just skyrocket into crazy territory. But a fantastic, complete projector system that gives you a massive 120-inch image can cost about the same as a high-end, but much smaller TV. For pure size per dollar, the projector wins. It's not even close.
All right, enough with the tech specs. Let's pivot and talk about your actual life. Because at the end of the day, the best display isn't the one with the best numbers on a chart. It's the one that fits what you actually want to do.
This pretty much lays out the two different philosophies. A TV is the ultimate all-rounder.
It's perfect for everyday streaming, watching with the lights on, and it's the absolute champion for serious gamers because it has the lowest input lag. That's the tiny delay between you hitting a button and seeing it happen on screen. A projector, though, is a specialist. It's for creating an event. It's for those dedicated, lights-down movie nights, for getting completely lost in a film, or for having a massive Super Bowl party where everyone has a great seat. Plus, when it's off, the screen can just roll up and disappear.
Okay, we've thrown a lot at you. So how do you actually make the final call? Let's walk through a super simple 3-question scorecard to find your perfect match.
Question 1, and honestly, it's the most critical. How much light is in your room, and can you or are you willing to control it? If your living room is all windows and you have zero plans to install blackout curtains, a TV is almost certainly your answer. If you've got a basement or a dedicated room you can easily make dark as a cave, then the door to a projector is wide open.
Question 2, be honest with yourself about size. Does the idea of a 100, 120, even a 150-inch screen just make you giddy? Is that massive, all-encompassing scale a total non-negotiable for you? If the answer is a passionate yes, then my friend, you are firmly in projector territory.
And last question, how do you feel about a little weekend project? Are you someone who enjoys measuring things out, running some cables, and getting everything dialed in just perfectly? Or does the thought of anything more complex than plugging a cord into a wall fill you with dread? A TV is pure simplicity. A projector asks for a bit more of a hands-on approach.
So I think it all comes down to this one last powerful question. Are you simply buying a screen for your existing room, or are you willing to build a room for the screen? Answering that one question really gets to the heart of this whole debate, and it should make your final decision crystal clear.